Welcome to Once Upon a Roll, Eden flavor. Last we had left off a while ago, you all had taken the Falfnimloth, the ship with the ancient elven tree affixed to it, out to sea. Taking the charts that were derived from your observations coming to Draconia, you followed them back to the location where you had seen that mystical, strange beam or mote of light. Realizing that it's something to do with the blockage of magic that prevents communication or travel outside of Draconia. Upon arriving at this area, the mote of light, you discovered a spire jutting up from the ocean floor. Via magics, you approached, delved beneath the surface, investigated this, and were beset upon by both a dragon turtle and a pair of huge crabs. Defeating the dragon turtle, defeating the large crustaceans, you continued to investigate this one node in the net that was restricting and suffocating the magic of Draconia. And with an understanding and enough power, you managed to dispel the magic. As you did, Era, Elevorn, Astalos, you noticed the node beginning to crack, and as it did, seemingly starting to draw in water and you all from the area around. As the force of this almost like whirlpool-like power threatened to absorb, potentially crush you, you teleported back onto the ship. Durand, you and Guinevere watch as a small whirlpool begins to form, begins to grow before a giant geyser of rageful water erupted from the ocean in front of you, the tower spouting hundreds of feet into the air before taking the form of this massive, gargantuan sea serpent made entirely seeming of churning water. The water falls down around you all like rain in the aftermath of this. The swirling currents that make up the body of the Leviathan, like an ocean storm manifest. The captain aboard the Falfnimloth shouts out to his crew, his eyes wide with terror, shouting almost instinctively, barking orders to get them to turn the ship around. And that's where we left off, and that's where we will pick up with an initiative roll, please.
Oh. 22 for me.
Okay.
Nine for me.
All right.
That is an 11.
Okay. So between Durand and Era, who is going first?
I hope I could do more. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay. Okay. In that case, first up, obviously, is the Leviathan. Beside you, Drand, Guinevere, the inner brass dragon form, seeing the towering sea serpent emerging before the two of you, shouts, "What is that?" Bares her teeth and goes to roar. You can see the flames building in the base of her throat as she flies towards the massive serpent, the whipping tail of the Leviathan coming round and, yes, hitting Guinevere, sending her crashing into the water. So that was its tail attack.
Would I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how. This thing is fucking huge. I mean, is she within 5 feet of me to protect?
Yeah, you guys were close enough. Okay, so disadvantage somehow.
Yeah, whatever that's gonna do to that roll.
No, well, it. No, it still hits. The second one was a 20,
okay.
so you stopped my next attack from being a crit. Well, thank you for that. As the large brass dragon splashes into the ocean beside you, disappearing beneath the surface, Leviathan, the head of this writhing elemental, comes down at you, and that is 27 to hit.
Yeah.
Right. But you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage and 16 points of acid for a total of 37. As you are slammed down into the water, losing your balance, still able to walk on the surface due to the water walking effect that's on you, but just barely, going down to a knee, looking up at the towering sea serpent as its mouth opens wide and it roars with the sound of an angry, churning ocean and dives down towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
$21.
Yes. You take... let's see, 7 points of mixed bludgeoning and acid damage as the Leviathan crashes down around you, and you manage to evade just to the point, using your shield, using whatever mobility that you have to avoid being drawn into the wild currents that make up the body of the Leviathan. Let's go ahead and move the beast. Astalos, it is your turn.
Ah, jeez. Okay. How far out is it from the boat? Or from me if I move up to the edge of the boat?
Not too, like, how far are you looking? How far are you wanting it to be?
60 feet?
Let me
From me?
borrow L of 1 real quick. So... No.
Not even close?
It's about twice. It's almost twice that.
Okay. Alright, we'll go with the next best thing then. Hopefully this is for something. Alright. I am going to I'm gonna cast Arcane Gate. I'm gonna, in Duran's mind, let him know. Use the gate to get back to the boat! Now! And I'm going to cast it in front of me and extending all the way out to right in front of Durand, and I guess Winnevere's still around there, or hopefully. I don't know where she's at.
Yeah, she's around that area, but just below the surface.
Okay, I mean, I guess she could choose to go back to human form to take the... I don't think she can go as dragon form.
Probably not.
I don't think
But-
so. Yeah, but that's what I'll do. I'll try to get him to the boat.
Alright, so Astalos weaves a spell, ripping portals in space here on the ship, as well as right in front of you, Durand. Is that the end of your turn, Astalos?
I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can do. Oh, and I'm gonna Blade Sing
Okay.
because, you know,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
All right. And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. So, as you cast that spell, next up is the Falfnimloth and her crew, who do begin to turn. We lose Era. People are trying to stay where they go, okay? You guys don't move with the ship, that's good to know. Similarly, I suppose, good point to note, neither does the portal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Best I can do is get it in front of us and hope they can make it in time.
they're saying the portal doesn't move with the ship either. So you guys the portal is currently being left behind as the ship takes off. Unless somebody wants to maybe say something, it's up to you guys. What's the answer?
Yeah. Wait! They have to get back to the ship first. We can't leave them behind.
The captain, the crew look back to the Leviathan, a mere 100 feet away, if that. Boy, hold for a moment. We don't have much time. 10 seconds and we're gone. Everyone hold position. And I guess the Falconmoth's and the crew are gonna hold the dash action. They're gonna hold their movement until the point where they're back. Durand and the others are back on the ship. I guess it's too late. Elevhorn, it is your turn.
Okay, so, no, she's not within 30 feet of me. I can't do anything about that. I know. I'm going to, use, I'm going to cast Control Wind, but I'm going to wait.
Okay. Okay. So
Or-
you're ready to assist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Be prepared to begin casting, get myself in position behind the sail and ready to, bolster our movement.
All right, understood. So, Elevhorn holding the elemental nature magic in her hands, you focus the winds around you beginning to circle, blowing your hair up as you harness it and control it and wait for the moment that you can release it into the sails and assist the Falfnimloth in her escape. Era, it is your turn.
Um. Could I? Hold on. Does it? Can I try? Could I try to communicate with it?
You're gonna try to shout out towards the Leviathan.
Yeah, I feel like if I attack it, it will attack the boat, and the boat will go bloop, and I don't think that's a good idea, and I don't think we can actually fight this, as is, so I will maybe try to say something to it, and if that doesn't work, then I will assist with escaping.
All right, Hera, you rush up as close as you can get, leaning over the railing at the writhing mass sea serpentesque form of this angry water. What are you saying?
I'm gonna do my best primordial impression, assume since the runes were in primordial. I'm sure I can also maybe understand common, but you know, we're not risking it right now. We did not mean to wake you, and we just want to escape. We're not here to harm you in any way. Please let us go. We have other dragons to deal with.
Make a persuasion check. As you try to plea with the Leviathan. As you shout out in primordial, there doesn't seem to be much recognition at all that this entity before you either understands or is listening. It's sad. It feels like arguing with a storm, like shouting into the abyss. Leviathan, this primal, just massive energy, an elemental force, ancient, unyielding, answers to no mortal logic or reason. Its howling winds, crashing waves drown out any voice raised in plea or defiance. You could talk on your turn, sure, but anything else you want to do, Sarah? I'll say that was a bonus action worth of talking.
Okay. So just to understand, it's just like I'm shouting at a storm, right? There's no recognition.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to argue with a hurricane, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
You're sinking. Oh no.
I think I will attempt to I'm gonna try to possibly. It's a wisdom save. Okay. What is this? How far is it away from the boat?
About 100 feet.
Okay. I am going to try. I'm gonna use Hold Monster and hope for the best.
Okay. So, what kind of saving throw does it need to make?
It's a wisdom. It's a DC 19 wisdom.
DC 19 wisdom saving throw. That's a natural 1.
Could be.
But it's going to use its legendary resistance to saving stuff.
We all saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh God, my ladies.
Yeah, at least we got, yes. One down.
1 down.
One down.
17 more to go.
What? What? No.
Wait, hold on. Now.
No.
Can't do anything else, so it's then my turn.
All right. Duen, it is your turn.
Can I see Guinevere?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to cast Sanctuary on her.
Okay.
Let's get that out of here. Boom.
Sorry.
I will speak back to Astalos. I can't leave until Guinevere comes back up.
Is Sanctuary an action or a bonus?
Bonus.
Okay.
I'm going to hold the dash action.
For the time when Guinevere comes back up?
If she gets through.
Going
after
the
her.
Arcane Gate. Well, let's see. Arcane Gate doesn't have a size restriction on it.
I believe it has. It does, I believe, yes.
10 feet in
Oh, yes.
diameter. Yeah, 10 feet. No, she cannot fit through a 10-foot diameter portal. Unless she drops her dragon form. If that's what you're going to try to tell her to do.
The condition then, I guess, is if she's out and safe, or if she somehow managed to go through the portal.
Okay, got it.
Until
Understood.
she's good, he's not dashing.
Understood. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, the Leviathan is going to use its legendary action. And around you, around the portal, and Guinevere as well, just beneath the surface, you can see her swimming upward, her wings tucked, folded against her body, rocketing towards the surface. You find yourself in the midst of swirling waters as a whirlpool begins to form around you. Duen, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Woo!
All right. You feel yourself being pulled away from the portal towards the what seems to be like the actual corporeal physical form of this elemental mass, but you manage to somehow hold strong. You dig your feet into the water, I guess, and hold fast, resisting the pull, like kind of like trudging through slosh and mud. You manage to grit your teeth, hold your ground, and you can see Guinevere as well manages to resist the pull of the whirlpool as she breaks through the surface of the water and immediately turns like to fight by your side, like taking up a defensive posture towards Leviathan.
Guinevere, we have to get out of here.
She looks towards you, towards the portal, towards Leviathan. Okay, go. And she's gonna fly away.
I'll dash through.
All right. And on your dash through, you come up. The portal's back here-ish now. At that point in time, Elevorn, you cast Control Winds. The captain gives the order. The sails drop, and the Falcon Loft takes off. So, you casting Control Winds now, Elevorn?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone watch out. Hold on tight!
I'm so immersed.
Yeah, that's just like just going so fast you get flung to the back of the ship. Like the G-forces on this thing are crazy. Elevorn adding the turbo to it.
Was a close one.
It's funny.
Don't think we're out of it yet.
No,
All
but
right.
This isn't
So we
going
were-
to be good.
That's
But
the
if
end
it-
of Guinevere's turn. Back to the Leviathan. You all watch, well, you don't watch, maybe. Some of you might. But you can hear the sound of the roiling ocean grow loud, deafening again in your ears as Leviathan roars. Suddenly, all of the momentum that you had going forward seems to slow, seems to stop as the boat begins to be drawn backwards. The bow, I think, the stern of the ship rising into the air as a wall of water begins to grow and grow and grow, and you soon find yourself near vertical as a 250-foot tall tidal wave is beginning to form underneath you. I need everybody to make a strength saving throw. And I think this might be the time where maybe we can, I don't know if we can stay on the map for this.
that's an 11 for me.
So, okay, natural one.
Okay. For a total of
21.
21. Okay.
Soul of Warren.
Well, yeah. Important to know.
Oh no.
Era?
This one, so 14.
15. Okay. And let me see for the Falcon and Loth. All right. Sometimes the best you can do is just not enough. You watch as the massive tidal wave crashes down over the ship. Parts of it does that. The rest drag the ship into the air. You are staring down hundreds of feet at the ocean surface. Nobody succeeded. As the crest of the wave curls around the Falfnimloth, as others, members of the crew, get thrust off of the ship and plunge, falling dozens, hundreds of feet, splashing into the water below. There's the moment before the water cascades and hits, and Era, in your head, you hear, "Hey, it's just me again. Just making the rounds, checking in with everyone, seeing if I can reach out to you, so... yeah, that's it." You hear Isaiah's voice right before the tidal wave crashes onto the ship, and all of you take 55 points of bludgeoning and are thrown overboard.
Reaction?
Yeah?
Okay, I'm gonna Song of Defense that. Jesus Christ. 55?
55.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna do it out.
Can I even get you guys up here? Like, oh, I can.
I'm just checking real quick at what level I'm gonna use this at. Jeez.
Splash.
At 4th, I guess. 20 HP down.
Yeah, there we go.
I would have ended concentration on Arcane Gate anyway, so who cares?
You sure? You just have to beat a 27.
Well, it would be less for me, I think, right? Because I'm Song of Defensing it, so it would lower it by 20.
Oh yeah.
So
So instead it would be a 17.
you know what? Just for funsies, let's do the con save right here. That I get to make with advantage. Plus. Oh, it's
you're
a
all still managed.
For me, it would be different. I forgot. It wouldn't be. It would be -5. I still failed.
Okay. Arcane Gate's gone. I don't think it matters too much.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. I still take 35 points of damage. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At least I'm still up.
So, just before it hits, you use your Song of Defense and put up an arcane ward that takes some of the brunt of the damage, but you still find yourself being slammed into the unrelenting wood of the ship and sliding down towards the bow. All of you you're still on the ship for now. In one way or another, the Nimue has reached around your legs, arms, torsos, you and anyone else that she could grab onto and salvage in that moment to prevent you from going overboard. Astalos, it is your turn. So you're
Okay.
on the ship still. The ship is still being caught up in the tidal wave right now. Nearly 90-degree vertical, looking down at the ocean surface. Yes, 55, Era.
Um. The only thing I can think of, we're just like riding the wave, about to like go down, or where are we at exactly?
You are about where you are. You are about 200 feet up in the air.
200 feet in the air. Okay.
200 feet in the air on the tidal wave, the massive tidal. So
Okay.
you are like technically surfing right now, ish. You haven't crashed down yet.
Okay. We have to fly! And I'm going to hold the fly spell so that hopefully we cast it on Nimue so we can fly away.
Fly away to victory.
Hold on, oh my god, where's my fly spell? I am so nervous right now.
So you are holding the fly spell. Understood.
Yeah.
Let me see how the... Oh, no. The others in, let's see. Looking around, there are many members of the crew that are still on the surface of the ship. Some of them below, you can hear the sounds of the wood creaking, breaking, splintering. The sounds of gear and provisions being tossed around below decks. Bodies laying in either stunned or some of them seemingly broken against the masts and the railings of the ship. You can see that the members of the Phoenix Academy, all but one, are laying unconscious. The only one out near the bow of the ship, a nasty cut over the brow of her eye, eyes glassed over, dazed, stunned, is Lanissa. She hears you and on hands and knees begins to attempt to try crawling, scraping, clawing her way against the steep angle of the ship towards you, as you're standing there like holding onto a rope or whatever you can to maintain your position. So you're holding fly and you watch as she weakly raises a hand towards you, and you can see magic beginning to swirl in her hand as well.
I don't think I can do anything else but that. I mean, would I be able to try? I don't know how stable I am, but would I be able to try to hopefully hold on to her as she's trying to stabilize
She's on the
herself?
other edge of the ship right now. She's at the front of the ship, down near the... She was like thrown down to the bottom, basically, or the front of the ship. Bottom, as you're looking at.
Oh my gosh, okay, I guess I can't even reach her even if I wanted to. Okay,
If you let go, you could probably fall.
yeah, and then lose concentration. Or, well, I'm holding it, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, I guess I think that's my turn then. I'll just...
Alright. Next up is the Falcon and her crew. The captain, from behind the ship's wheel, has a jagged splinter of wood that is sticking into his abdomen from the wheel that had splintered from the force of it. He managed to brace himself against it, but doesn't seem in a good way, blood trailing from his mouth and nose. He grips the wheel hard and begins to turn it. Come on, girl! Let's try this out! And the remaining... well, there's not many conscious members of the crew yet, honestly. It's the captain, it's Nimue herself, it's Lanissa. You can see some other members of the crew stirring barely, but a lot that haven't been tossed over. are currently unresponsive. Elevorn, it's your turn.
Okay, so this is really bad. Very bad. Can I see the ocean beneath us? Like the waves
Yes.
over the front?
Yes.
I am going to pull another control wind with updraft.
Okay. Updraft? What's that do?
It sustains updraft, and it rises from the bottom side, and creatures that underfall within the cube only take half damage.
Ah, okay.
I don't
So is that around? Okay. So,
I think I want it
Uh,
at, like, the bow of the ship, wherever the impact
Okay.
seems like it's going to be.
understood. Okay. Is that all you got? I love one.
I don't know. You know what? I can't. So instead, they're going to get aura of vitality everywhere around me. Anybody who's stunned maybe can do something. I don't know.
Okay, so Aura Vitality, is that something that, like, that's a healing thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can target somebody when you cast a spell? Are you targeting, like, someone that seems unconscious or somebody else?
Any mage, because I heard Astalos, so if there's a mage that I can see that is here waiting to do something, I will target them.
Okay. So you you see the half-orc Vandar, the enchanter, the one that who helped you with those stones. A bit of a ways down, his body wrapped around the front mast. You get him up, and his eyes flutter open. He looks up, and he's looking at
Never mind.
the
Just
sky, the tidal wave. He's confused. Hmm?
Nothing. It's fine.
What did you say?
Nothing. I just realized that I was looking at things wrong. So I just wanted to make a mistake.
Oh,
Yes. Okay.
what's up? Are you sure? Did you want to control winds?
No, I wanted this.
Okay. He looks up, he looks to you, blinks himself. Oh, what the? He seems confused. He was unconscious for Astalos's shout. He braces himself against the front mast and starts to stand.
You need to make us fly. Please, if you can.
Indeed. Who else? Who else? Looks around, sees you, Astalos, sees. And let's see. Well, that's your turn. He's not able to take his turn just yet. But right now, there's Astalos, there is Lenissa, and Era. It's your turn.
I'm gonna need you to repeat a couple of things for me, just to
Sure.
kind of paint a better picture. Out of the mages, the Phoenix Academy mages, I know Lenissa's stunned near Astalos, right? Falling off.
Lenissa
almost.
Lenissa's down near the front of the ship. She managed to maintain consciousness throughout the initial tidal waves
Is
surge.
she the only one who has
It's her
out of the
and
mages?
Astalos right now. Yeah. The only ones that are ready right now on your turn would be Astalos and Lenissa. Vandar just
No.
got back up, and he's not ready to cast a spell just yet. He just got brought back to consciousness. Astalos and Lenissa are currently holding a spell.
In terms of how we use fly with the ship, don't we have to be at a particular part of the ship, or is it just
I
being
don't
able to
believe so.
cast
No,
it?
It's
The
it's like
concentration.
casting it on a creature, but since the ship is so huge, you need 3 people simultaneously.
Oh, so you don't have to all be together. That was my
No,
assumption. Okay.
You just have to.
Then
well,
yeah,
you're
absolutely.
casting it on. Okay.
I will cast fly. Motherfucking fly. We fucking flying. There's no
Alright.
fucking other option.
All right. As Era shouts this out and slams her hand against the railing that she is currently holding on to, Astalos, you release the spell. Lanissa's hand weakly comes down on the deck of the ship, and she releases the spell, and all 3 of you simultaneously cast fly, and slowly the Falcon Lot's nose begins to come out of this dive as she pulls away from the whirling waters of the tidal wave, held aloft by the magic of the spell, not completely out of from underneath the shadow of the curl of the tidal wave, but no longer plummeting, no longer beholden by the force of gravity, technically speaking. So you start to fly, and the ship starts to right itself so that people are no longer sliding down as violently toward the bow of the ship.
And am I able to you know what? I'm not even gonna respond. I'm so
you can.
focused on just flying. Nope.
Just
That's
fly.
fine.
Just fly.
Nothing.
Just fly. Okay. All right. Sounds good. At the end of you guys' turn, or at the end of your turn, Era, the Leviathan is going to use one of its legendary actions to move. And like a shark fin breaking the water, you see the massive wake moving towards the wave and climbing up it towards the ship. Let's see if I can get him out of the water. That's his legendary action. Which brings us then to Durand.
Saber bust. We don't like that.
I got like a pretty sick shot of this, like looking through the masts over the ship at Leviathan. That's scary. Who would do this? That's cool. What kind of person would do this to you guys?
Only you.
I had an energy drink. I cannot be held accountable for my actions.
An energy drink 2 weeks.
Right.
I am going to Aura Vitality.
All right. A second aura of vitality.
Use my bonus action to help someone unconscious and then start rushing up to unconscious people.
Okay. Like just tap, lay on hands, or
Well, because this is lovely regular D&D, can't do that.
oh,
Takes an action.
aura of vitality is an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, casting the spell is the action. The bonus action is a heal.
Right.
So-
Right.
Rest will come
Okay. Gotcha.
in 6 seconds.
Understood. Well, you know, technically this all took 6 seconds. You didn't do this in an instant, right? This is how you spend your current 6 seconds.
Yeah, no, I mean in the next 6 seconds.
Gotcha. Next up, Winneveer. Yeah. Flying up. This thing swims faster than she can fly, by the way. Just to give a little perspective as to how fast the Leviathan is moving. Let's see. What's the range on that? Because I think that she can. I'm just seeing if she's within range to use her fire breath. 60-foot line. Yeah, she's gonna fly, heading towards the ship, heading towards the back end of this giant tidal wave, craning her neck to the side and unleashing a spout of flame, cutting through the falling, cascading water, impacting the Leviathan's form and sending clouds of hissing steam into the air. Now let's see if it saves. It does save its dex save. Yep. So, the Leviathan is going to take 25 points of fire damage.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's looking pretty rough. But that's the end of Guinevere's turn. At the end of Guinevere's turn, Leviathan is going to use another one of its legendary actions to once again move, and this time cresting above the length of this 250-foot tall tidal wave. From the water itself, the head of the massive serpent comes forth, craning and stretching over the ship, casting it in shadow. It is now the Leviathan's turn. At the start of the Leviathan's turn, the wave continues forward. Moves 50 feet forward, lowers in height 50 feet, and takes all of you with it.
Huh?
What?
Aren't we flying?
We're flying.
Oh, you're flying. Okay, so that would mean that the tidal wave is still moving, though,
Yeah.
which you guys were right up against at the start. Let's see. At the start of its turns.
Wouldn't we be able to fly through the tidal wave? I don't know how thick it is, but if we're at the crest, that's the thinnest part of the water, so we should just be able to fly through the water. Just straight through.
Please, can we?
Oh my god.
Well,
Why don't we just have to move forward with it? Like, so like eventually just like right under. No, okay. What?
Just through, just wash all the blood off me as we go through. No. Okay.
Can everyone make a strength saving throw, please?
Man, I'm so good at these.
Same. Okay.
That is 14 for me.
15 for me.
Okay.
Ah, my gosh. Okay, it's 15.
Okay. Alright. So, since you guys are just in the tidal wave, it hasn't moved into your space, you were in it from the beginning, technically speaking. Yeah, you all fail. And you all take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need anybody who is concentrating to make a concentration check, please. And that includes
How many
Lamissa.
points?
12. 1, 2.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What is Era at, by the way? Like, what's... let me fix her here.
She's at 19. Okay, I'll fix her.
Okay.
I forgot.
I got it. Would have been worse if you guys weren't in the thing, but that the brunt of the thing is, you know, the initial impact.
It was 12? Okay.
Yeah, 12 total.
Okay, let me look at this real quick.
So yeah, that would be... all of you are concentrating on something, so...
Yeah, I'm just gonna say no to that, okay, so.
You're just gonna say no to that? To what, damage in general?
Yeah. I should
Okay.
save, but I'm not taking the risk. Okay, Song of Defense again.
11.
Just managed to hold concentration on fly and stop the ship from plummeting out of the air. What was yours, Elevorn?
I actually don't. Do I have advantage because of the feat that I took or not?
Advantage? What feat?
Never mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just roll. It's 14.
You're good. Everyone maintains concentration on their spells. But that was just the start of the Leviathan's turn, you see. That was just the tidal wave part. Now I have to roll to see if it gets its tidal wave back, so we can do it again, maybe. Hold on. Okay, that's good to know. And... yeah. Yeah. Riding to the top of the wave itself. I have to grab my Leviathan and move it. You feel the ship rocked. You manage to just barely hold on as the entire Falfnimloth is rotated from the impact of the Leviathan's tail as it crashes into the side of the ship. Wood splinters flying out in all directions, splashing down into the ocean below. You can hear the pained gasp from the humanoid dryad form of Nimue herself. As, let's see. Well, I guess the only indiscriminate fair way is to roll a dice to see who gets attacked. Astalos, from the other side, breaking through the inside curl of the tidal wave, is another side of the Leviathan's body seemingly extending out from the water, being able to merge with the water as it pleases. That is a 29 to hit against you.
That hits.
Okay. Astalos, you take 32 points of bludgeoning, of mixed bludgeoning acid damage. I don't think that the type matters to you. If it doesn't,
No.
I'll split it for you. Okay.
I'm down.
You're down.
Yeah.
Astalos, after the impact of the Leviathan slam, rocks the ship once more. Coming down over Astalos, you look around, everyone else holding on, you can see him fall. And as he does, so too begins the fall of the Nimue as the fly spell ends on the ship. Astalos, it's your turn. And that's your death save. Next up is the ship itself as it begins to plummet from 200 feet in the air. Elevorn, the Phoenix Academy mage that you had brought back, Vandar, the enchanter, crashes his hand into the mast that he was holding on to and casts Fly, bolstering the spell of bolstering Eris and the ship once again has the gift of flight and be to right itself and dash. Fly away. Fly, Era. We'll pick you up later. Managing to get separation, breaking out from under the shadow of the crest of the tidal wave and the Leviathan. The Leviathan is going to make an attack roll that does hit against the ship itself. Okay. You watch as a massive chunk out of the stern of the ship is taking out. You see and watch as both planks begin to fall into the ocean below, as well as barrels, crates, a huge hole opened up in the hull of the Falfnimloth. If she was not flying, she would be sinking in the water right now. Elevorn, it's your turn.
Is Astalos where's Astalos?
Astalos's limp, prone, unconscious body is being rolled around with every impact, with every jostle of the ship. He's still on the deck, though.
Can I get to
Oh,
him?
around here. Yeah.
Or within 30
Because you
feet
were
of him?
over here.
Because I
Yeah, you
want
can
to
definitely get within
use
30 feet of him,
my
absolutely.
vitality heal him.
Yes. Go ahead and cast your spell.
Well, I was still concentrating on it, right?
Yes, you maintain concentration on the spell.
So that's 6 healing?
Okay, Astalos, your eyes shoot open, and immediately your heart kind of sinks. You knew that, but you panic and you immediately, like, almost instinctually go to, like, re-up the fly spell, but you notice that the boat, the ship seems to be still aloft. And you quickly take account of your bearings as you come back, as you snap back to consciousness.
Hells.
The captain, as you guys are doing this, is shouting, Shit! Looking over the edge, and he sees some that had fallen off, but like specks hundreds of feet down are still breaking the surface, holding on to whatever driftwood and splintered bits of the ship. You can hear just along with the mix of the sound of whipping winds and crashing waters that you are fleeing from, the cries of those that got thrown overboard in the ocean below. Some of them being now drawn up into the tidal wave as it moves forward. Is that the end of your turn, Elevorn, or do you have anything else you want?
What? It was a bonus action to use that, but would I also
Yes.
be able to cure wounds or not?
Yes, you would.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
That's gonna be at 4th level.
Okay.
and that's 23 healing.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, just we have to fly. I don't know. It's so mad. I don't know. Is it mad? It's just a storm. Is it just a storm? I don't know. I'm not sure what is happening. Nimue, please hold on.
I'll try.
Era, it is your turn.
I'm going. Of course, I'm gonna continue holding on to Y. Is it too late to respond to his message? I don't know if there was like a time frame in between.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think sending has that kind of. It doesn't really specify sending. I don't think. Let me see. Duration 1 round. So yeah, no, you didn't get to. You don't get to
Okay,
respond.
so that's fine. I think I can still send one if I was concentrating.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, shit, honest, but you know what? We're focused on the flying spell, and kind of like abruptly out loud, she'll both say, send the message to Isaiah and say out loud, communication has been restored. Kind of like comes off differently. Her voice is still kind of shaking as she's like hearing the people screaming in the background and them barely able to escape, if still.
All right. You guys hear her say this. The captain and the crew don't seem. There's either too much panic, terror, or focus on the present moment to.
Wait, I don't think I'll actually be able to, because if it's an action, right? So then I'm still going to prioritize holding fly.
Well, holding
it's a
fly
conflict
isn't an action. You're just concentrating on the spell. Yeah, just like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you could do that, no problem. So, you cast that, and you get the response from Isaiah a couple seconds later. No way, really? It's you. You guys did it. That's awesome. How have things been? What's it like over there in Draconia? Why hasn't anyone else answered? You see, his voice is just more excited, obviously oblivious to the predicament you currently. But that's his response to your spell. Anything else, Sarah? I don't know if you're muted or not. We're just thinking. Am I cutting out?
No.
Okay. Dune, are you here? Did we lose both of them?
Oh,
Something might have happened.
maybe internet.
Might be internet, maybe they're not spiking right now. Maybe something came up like an audio thing or
Maybe,
Something
yes.
in real life. Something in real life happened. So, how you guys doing? Oh, okay. No problem.
Well, my heart is in my throat right now.
At least it's still beating.
True.
How you doing, Elevorn?
How am I doing? How are you doing? Yeah, this is horrible. Anyway, she might not make it. And there are people in the water, and we can't save them right now.
What are you talking about? Why can't you save them? Just a little bit of water.
It's just a little bit of bludgeoning damage everywhere. Water is
Just
so
all of it. Look at all
destructive.
that bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, all of it. It's all bludgeoning damage. Potential bludgeoning damage because this thing is like... Why is it so mad? We didn't do anything. We let it go. It owes us a favor.
That's it, though. Let me. Hey, guys. Thanks for letting me out. I really owe you one. How's it going?
Exactly.
Oh, no. There's really cramped in there. I really appreciate it. Doodly doo doo. So, David, you want to rap real quick, or?
No,
No,
I'm not that type of wizard.
not that type of wizard. What kind of wizard is that?
I don't know, I was just thinking of Daniel Radcliffe.
Ah.
No.
Everything's in the air right now. What's the point of me having made a map? Everything's flying. I mean, technically the Leviathan isn't flying. There's just a hundreds feet tall tidal wave that it's riding on / a part of, I guess.
Oh wait, it's in the tidal wave, and we're right next to the tidal wave.
Yes.
Huh, interesting. Okay.
Well,
No.
you guys flew away from it. That's why it got the opportunity attack that broke open the rear of the ship, like below the like cargo and everything is flying out of the back of the ship.
Okay. So how far away are we from it again? Will I
About
live
that far?
about
Will
that?
you live? That's a great question.
I don't know.
love that. I love that question for you.
We'll see what happens if I live the next turn. Until my next turn, rather. Oh no.
No. You know, I don't know what you guys are so worked up about. Cobalt Fight Club says this is a medium encounter. I don't know. Are you level 15 or 14?
I'm level 15.
Alright, so Era's 16 with everybody else and you're 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. Can you hold not concentrating? Like, you can't do both, can you? Can you hold, like, your spell and then, like, decide do you want to concentrate on something else when a condition is met? No, like, say you want to switch between concentration spells, but you need, somebody else to pick up what you're dropping first. So, is that something you can do? Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was just wondering if you could. Yeah, I guess you can. It's fine. Oh, yeah, that's why I was like. I was just thinking of scenarios and I was like, how does this work? Oh, it's not really a secret. I was just thinking of stuff and I was like, she tried to hold monster with the Leviathan, but he noped it. And then I was like, but she's concentrating on fly right now. So I don't know if there was a way to get around, if I have no idea what Astalos has. I was just in theory in my mind, just me. Because I don't have a lot right now. Is this thing like within 30 feet of the ship? I mean, I'm not within 30 feet. Yeah, okay, good. That's good, I'm glad. I am not dying, nobody's dying. Even Nimue is going to make it. What are you talking about? Who was that? I'm hearing voices now. Oh, I don't. If we were.
What's up?
You are not.
Oh, were we? Okay. Did you like pause us or something? Because we hear away.
No.
Okay. All right. Durand. It's your turn if you're back.
I'll do 30 lay on hands on Era.
Okay.
And I will bonus action heal myself.
All right.
And my turn.
Next up, you see the brass dragon Guinevere flying, cresting over the tidal wave that is quickly moving again towards you and diminishing in size as well. Her, even Guinevere's, the adult brass dragon, dwarfed in size compared to the gargantuan elemental. But let's see if she can do anything. Yes, she is going to once again use her fire breath that recharged. This time, the Leviathan does not save. Another roar of flame and angry hiss of steam as Leviathan takes 50 points of fire damage. But even so, she's flying over the wave and maintaining as much distance as she can. So now leads us to the Leviathan's turn. The tidal wave continues 50 more feet forward, coming up on the rear of the boat, but missing it as it shrinks another 50 feet as it continues on its way. Now the top of the tidal, 20, 30 feet below the ship. Leviathan there as well, cresting, riding on the top of the wave itself, moving with it, but seemingly, as the Falcon moth continues to climb higher into the sky, out of reach. Astalos, it's your turn. As the serpentine visage of the water elemental sinks into the tidal wave itself, and you lose any sort of visual sight of the Leviathan. It merges and matches perfectly with the water that it was a part of.
Okay. And you said that the Leviathan was shrinking before when it got hit by the fire breath?
The
tidal wave. The tidal wave
the
itself.
tidal wave the tidal wave is moving every turn, and as it is moving, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Okay. So I'm going to once again blade sing.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold maze for the next time. Yeah, if it's so, I'm gonna try to get up close to the tidal wave, and the next time it comes within 60 feet. Well, how does that work? So, with holding the action, if I hold it, it's like I'm concentrating, and then if for whatever reason I stopped holding the action, does it lose a spell or just hold?
So as you're rushing up towards the edge of the ship, the tidal wave, like I said, is about 20, 30 feet below you. The visage of the Leviathan sinking into it. Can you make a perception check?
Oh, okay. That's a 26.
Okay, you can see in the wave currents moving against the sort of natural seeming physical current of the water itself, and occasionally you do see like a serpentine form, a tail, a part of the body, a shimmer of watery scales. If you wanted, you're within 60 feet of the Leviathan.
Okay, I'm going to cast Maze on it then.
Okay, well, let me see what that does. Did I tell you this Leviathan is part Minotaur, by the way?
Yeah, it banishes the creature to a labyrinth demiplane.
No save. It just happened.
It just happens, and then on its next turn, it can try to make an intelligence check of DC 20 to break free.
So you watch as the currents that seem to be moving within the currents of the tidal wave. You focus on that. You see a glimpse of the Leviathan cast spell, and now all you're dealing with is about 150-foot tall tidal wave. No problem.
Oh, and it has to use its action to make the intelligence check.
Understood.
Yeah.
No save.
Yep.
Legendary resistance. Don't give a fuck about that. All right.
That's why I took the spell.
You cast it, and you sense and see the presence of this elemental wrath vanish, at least momentarily.
We have to get it here. Try to build distance. Not sure how long I can hold this. How long I can hold it.
You have at least enough time. Can we go back? Those in the water. How long do we have?
Not sure.
Damn it.
I'd say 10 minutes at best.
It's enough. Can we do it? Nimue speaks up. I don't know. I can't. I don't believe I'd be able to handle water anymore. But as long as the spell holds, as long as I'm able to be kept aloft, I could probably reach down and grab those out of the water close enough to. But if that thing comes back... The captain grips the wheel, right now still urging the ship forward and away from... It's now the Falcon Loth's turn and her crew's turn. With almost like a battle cry of desperation, frustration, and resolution, the captain spins the wheel round and begins to turn the Falcon Loth round and angling it down towards the water. And where the other Imperial soldiers, sailors, members of the crew that had been tossed overboard are. And guiding the ship down as the tidal wave passes beneath you, the roiling, churning waters below, still frothing and still agitated, but, well, there's no tidal wave here, at least. You can see some of those that had not been taken up in the brunt of the tidal wave itself are still being thrashed about in the waters, being buffeted by waves and debris that had been ejected and is now just a churning mass of people, wood, crates, barrels, as the Falcon Moth descends. L1, it's your turn.
Okay.
Everyone's getting jostled around. Look at you guys go. That's crazy. Yeah, the Leviathan, he's not here anymore. Don't worry. This is just... This is, he's not here right now. Leviathan's not here right now. Please leave a message after the roar.
Okay, so,
There you go. You know what? Sorry, I'm ignoring that. So I made that Leviathan like pieced it together and messed up, and the way that you guys see it is actually upside down, which comes in handy because I can hide it upside down and it's hidden when I. So, anyways, continue. Level.
okay. So, within, I guess within, I guess 60 feet out from the boat towards where everybody would be, I'm gonna use a, well, I'm near Duen now, right? Or am I not? I don't know how far away. Can I use my movement to move to him and use Aura Vitality on him?
Sure.
And he gets 5 healing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the 7th level spell slot to cast. Or no, it's my 8th level spell slot.
Okay.
Conjure animals. And I'm gonna
Oh,
conjure
dear.
a bunch of giant eagles to try to go and pluck people and bring them to the boat.
Okay. Understood. So conjure animals at 8th level. And giant eagles are CR1? Yes?
I'm not sure. I need to
Yes. So, okay, yes. So... Let's see. So 3 times as many. Alright, so you have 6 giant eagles now flying around with the mission of going down into the roiling, churning water, plucking people up and bringing them back to the ship. Era, your turn.
A lot of my spells are concentration, so. And I'm too weak to physically help.
Never know till you try.
And then I'm gonna go overboard.
No, no. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I guess. Guess I'll just
Or
try
maybe do
good old strength and try to help. I guess. Help people under. Oh, actually, can I look for the other mages?
Or
Or are they
go ahead and
all
make a
accounted for?
perception check.
Wait.
So Era helps with her eyes, searching, scanning the waters for others, directing, shouting, calling them out, so that the giant eagles who understand and speak common can respond or guide the direction.
You said it was what, perception?
Yes, please.
Wait, 10.
All right, very average. Do you manage to pick out one or two, some of them that the eagles may or may not have already seen? Those in the academy that are here, of those, you notice there's Lanissa, there's... I'm forgetting. Vandar, the two that are currently concentrating on the eye spell alongside you, they've gone and retrieved the other members of the academy, Tahir and Layla, who are currently unconscious, and they're doing their best to try to stabilize them, but many others are trying to corral and get those that have been knocked out to a safer place, tie them off to something, as the extent of the damages to the ship not yet known. Anything else, Sarah?
No, I'm good.
Durand, it's your turn. Durand. Not sure if I'm heard or not. I can't. I know that I cut out a lot, so if I don't give a response, I'm going to repeat myself because I don't know if you guys can hear me or not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Okay.
If I use a spell slot, I don't have to wait to cast. Oh no, it just uses a spell slot and it's ritual.
If you use the spell, what are you trying to do?
It's a different. It uses the spell slot and its ritual. Find greater steed.
I think you can. The ritual is just what you can do without using a spell slot. You can cast it as a ritual. It takes 10 minutes plus your normal casting time, or you can cast it with its regular cast time with a spell slot.
I think it just is 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah, it takes longer
it's
to
a
cast
ritual
it
thing. As a ritual, it just takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah. You want to start?
No.
Okay.
That is what? Oh, it's like 100 turns?
Yes.
Pointless. Bonus action, heal. Bonus action, heal. Wait, is this everyone's HP?
Yeah, I think that's everybody's HP.
Yep.
Maybe not Era's. I don't know if Era got her healing did to her. It looks like she did not. Whatever healing you gave her 30, right?
30, yeah, I think.
Yeah, so she's at 49 now. Fix that. And then that's everybody's HP.
I am the lowest. As all things should be.
So as you're doing that, the captain is shouting out to Nimue
Oh,
to
he's
any
hurt.
of the
Let me-
crew. Yeah,
Let me heal him.
you can see him. The splintered piece of warder mast is still pierced into his abdomen, but he's either hasn't noticed it, is powering through the pain, or the adrenaline is just furiously at the moment. He's shouting orders to those conscious, still attentive and alert in the crew to Nimue as well, who the roots and vines that snake around the ship, although some splintered, some broken, the movements sluggish and pained, she still does plunge down into the water, grabbing those that she can out as the ship hovers low to the ocean surface, instructing her as well. If you can, grab any pieces of wood, timber, something. I'm going to need to patch these holes. We can't fly all the way back to Drillheim.
Yeah. Sure. That.
He's calling out to Nimue right now. He's like, not necessarily telling you anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I
I'm
mean,
not telling you. What?
he's got a plank of wood in him.
Ah, okay. Sure. Here you go. I got one.
Can I take it out and heal him?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will take it out. Bonus action, heal him. Gets that much.
Woo! Excellent. Dog agrees.
I am the pinnacle of rolls here in D&D.
You are the
Truly.
natural one.
That's yep.
Yeah.
All right. No, just thanks
That's why I play.
to you. Takes the trembling hand off of the open wound in his abdomen, clenches it as well around the ship's wheel, around the helm, and continues to steer the Nimue both with the wheel and with the orders. Is that your turn?
I guess if I can use my action to help in some form or way.
Okay, yeah. You could see occasionally one of his hands is like slipping off of the steering, off of the ship's wheel. He's having trouble keeping the ship level, especially considering you have to maintain a height up since due to the damages to the ship's hull. Can you make a strength check just to help him stabilize?
Yeah.
As Guinevere begins to fly down as well and pluck souls out of the water. Nice.
Good at those.
Alright, we do those. Okay. Next up is Leviathan's turn, and Leviathan return. Hold on. Let me look something up.
Oh, okay.
No. Alright. Just to make sure that the legendary resistance stuff doesn't apply to is only saving checks as well. Just had to make sure of that. Because it's not an intelligence saving throw, so that's, I guess, good for you.
Yes.
Alright. The Leviathan does not return. And I will say that for some time it does not. So, what do you guys want to do? Let's say out of initiative order.
Oh, we're running, right?
Patch people up. Absolutely. That's not even a question.
Let's
You sure you don't want to like
Don't need-
hold actions or something and have
need to-
Astalos drop the spell and you could surround the Leviathan?
Only
need
if
to
the
find a
master
literal
decides to play
storm.
nice.
What'd you say?
Only if he decides to play nice and help us take out the Chilean the Scourge.
I mean, you guys
no.
could gang up on him. Y'all get a action against it. Oh, come on.
I just love attacking water.
All right, so taking the next 3-4 minutes, getting everyone that you can see out of the water. Some of them not breathing. You gather people, timber, pieces of the ship as the materials, as the bodies pile up. You begin to get away, flying, hovering about 15-20 feet over the ocean, taking off directly away from this area. The water's still tumultuous, but the tidal wave having since dissipated. You make your way away from this place, back towards, in the direction of Drillheim, although that is still a few days out. Anything that you guys want to do? We're out of initiative. Before Maze ends, let's say.
We were flying. How far are we away from land exactly?
It took you guys 3 days to get out here.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do. No.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, she's not going away. Okay.
Hmm?
No, just. I mean, the only thing I have is an idea, and I don't know if we can do this, but would we technically be able to use 3 people to engulf the ship in the wall of force, if needed, if need be? Like a dome. I don't know if it can move with the dome. It's
The
I don't
only
know.
thing I can really think of is maybe Resilient Sphere, but I don't know if everyone has that, and I don't know if that includes everyone in the ship. Like, I don't know if that, you know.
I don't know either.
Probably.
I do
would.
have Wall of
Everyone's
Force
in
too.
the So
But,
Wall of Force doesn't move.
Okay, so
Odaloo's
sphere.
Resilient Sphere does. Like a
The
hamster
sphere.
wheel. The sphere do.
But the sphere is concentration, so unless we can get someone else to help us fly this lovely ship.
Okay, wait.
Mhm.
So you can do a wall of force, and maybe you could keep the water out while we prepare. If we have to go into the water.
That's an idea.
true. Well, it doesn't move though. Oh, but I could put the wall of force. Wait, now how would it work if I use? No, it doesn't move. So the ship would just push
Be
itself
held
out
up
of
by
it?
the Wall of Force, basically.
Yeah.
But the Wall of Force isn't targeted on a creature, right? It's a space,
Right.
correct? So unless
I
that
put it
space
under-
could...
For a minute.
Hmm?
One very long minute.
Well, the Wall of Force appears in any orientation you... It could be a horizontal barrier. You could just
can
basically
place it,
use it
right?
as like
The
something
float?
to keep the ship out of the water, like a dry dock type thing.
Floating, right? It doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't move
idea.
on it though. I can't. It just has to stay
No.
still.
Yes.
Okay,
But
so
like the captain said, you guys are 3 days out. You don't have the people or the spell slots to keep, like a rotation of constant fly going for 3 straight days.
true. Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
Nothing but open sea.
But
huh?
however, this is a bit further on, as the rest of the 10 minutes of the maze spell is spent with the captain shouting for damage assessment decks and begin to pull dislodged crates, barrels off of those that are pinned, trapped by the sudden attack on the ship. You notice a gaping hole in the stern hull of the Falcon and Loth, almost like a cargo plane had opened its the rear door, like that. It's that level of just a gaping, busted hole in the ship.
And water's getting through. I'm guessing.
You guys are still flying, so no.
Okay. Okay. My only
So at the
idea is
moment,
that if water's going through, I don't know if anybody else has real frost, but if we could all try to freeze the water consistently, maybe. I don't know. Oh, okay.
You guys have some, like, the captain had the foresight to get some of the wood back. It's obviously not going to be enough to make full repairs, so might have to get creative, work quickly. I don't know how long you guys can keep fly going for. I mean, it's 1 minute at a time, isn't it?
I think it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. 10
Yeah.
minutes. So with that being said, Era, could you expend another spell slot to keep fly going? As we get to the end of Maze.
I'm sorry.
Nissa speaks to you.
Yeah, technically.
Well, if you don't,
I do. I have two left.
how much longer can you keep the ship up? How is everyone? Give me a report on how much energy you've expended thus far. If we need to get some of the others up and out here, we will.
In total, if I had to use my entire resources, I can do maybe about 50 minutes. Wait, hold on. It's a level...
3, I think.
It's
Right?
Yeah,
it's
so
third, yeah,
up to
third
50
level or
minutes.
higher. 50.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, about an hour. I can go a bit longer than that, Vanda. 50. Yes, 50 minutes is a little longer than I can handle. We might have to get Tahir or Layla to fill in. Alright. If we do that, then... Well, alright. Captain! You have about an hour and a half left of fly time on the ship. If there are repairs or other measures to keep us out of the water, they need to happen before then. That's it. Alright. Whoever can, down below, we need to get as much of the ship patched up as we can. And if anyone has any other way, I'm open to suggestions. Down below, members of the crew begin to use what was salvaged and what they had brought along as like spare pieces to begin to patch up the ship. Eventually, they start to break down crates and barrels just for the wood to be able to hammer and wedge and paste in over the holes and breaks in the ship.
How many people are on the ship exactly?
say the size about 40, 50
Okay.
of them. You guys have maybe 24 that are still capable of assisting in any meaningful way.
Okay. Well, that's a shame.
What are
I
you trying to do?
No, I have teleport, but that's only gonna save 8 people, including myself, I believe.
Yeah.
So
There's a bit more of the crew than this.
not great. Yeah. Oh, so with me 9 included, it's 9. Okay, 8 other people other than myself. So not great. I could technically offer 30 minutes of fly if I absolutely needed to sub in.
Okay, so I've been thinking, which is, maybe a little dangerous sometimes, but like, I have wind walk, and like, how fast would you have to go to keep the water out? Like, pushing wind against something, but also maybe in the sails, and maybe also some other uses that I have not thought of yet.
So you guys become the wind.
Oh yes,
And
we will propel us forward, and also maybe in the back of the boat to keep the water out if it is a problem. Because maybe the rushing wind could help, stem the water just flowing in freely. Maybe, if it's fast enough. Have to be a lot of force, though.
that could work. I mean, so we just push against the sails.
Well, yes,
Hopefully.
but not too hard, because you don't want to rip them. I don't know if we could. Probably if we tried, but we could go in ships, so we don't have to, get exhausted. But it would last only 8 hours, so, I don't know if that helps. Maybe even pushing behind the ship. I don't know. If there's a concern about taking on water. I don't know how boats work.
I don't know how boats work.
Um,
See especially boats with trees on them.
True.
All I know is this is my favorite boat.
So, any ways that you guys want? How are you guys assisting? In the immediate time after Maze is dropped? As the repairs and plans to repair and salvage are just being formulated, as members of the crew are rushing, scrambling below decks to hurriedly make the ship seaworthy again in the relatively short amount of time that they have before inevitably the Nimue has to be let down into the water once more.
Best I can manage is try to gather up wood and make myself useful in any way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Make an
same.
athletics check. Athletics check if that's what you guys are wanting to do. Or if you're actually trying to... If you're just trying to, like, bring wood, gather up wood, bring wood to the people that are fixing up the ship, or break down crates and barrels. If you're actually picking up a set of tools, trying to do that, that would be different, but it's up to you guys.
I'm not sure. I think all I can do is try to help do that. I'm not really proficient with any sort of building tools. Okay. Oh my god. I got an 8 in my athletic check.
You are worn out. You're just dragging pieces of wood slowly, exerted, painfully, helping, but maybe not much. Right now, we are in the direct aftermath of like the maze spell having been ended a little bit more than 10 minutes since Astalos caused the Leviathan to disappear. So you have just started your second, your new fly spell, whereas everyone is figuring out what they're doing, how they're. And that was a 21 from Dadan. Elevorn, Era, anything? Or are you waiting for something else, the two of you? Era, you're still concentrating on fly. That could be absolutely an important contribution to this whole... Seems like a lot of the sailors, a lot of the Imperials that are sailing with you are in some way wounded, battered, and their injuries seem to be hampering their ability to tend to mend and repair the ship. So repairs are slow going in the immediate. The Eagles would still be here, yes.
Oh,
Why is no
okay.
one talking to me?
Oh, sorry. If the eagles are there, can't we somehow fashion rope to them and make them help pull us with the fly?
I mean, he's the issue. Like, I'm not sure if speed or distance is what you got. It certainly
Well, what
would be
about
possible.
could we check the map? Is there anything nearby where we can maybe like an off
Oh, no,
island or
this is-
something marked? No, just
This is
sea.
just ocean. Yeah, just sea. It's the same path that you guys took getting into Dracon. More or less.
So, how fast is the fly spell? Like, what kind of fly speed does it give you?
I think 60, 90? What is it?
60.
Um,
Wait,
60.
yeah, 60.
Okay, so my giant eagles can go 80 feet, so maybe they can find some more debris.
Ah, okay, so they're like heading back and going back to where the debris was, coming forward, and each pass is taking longer and longer each trip, but eventually within, well, you have an hour of this, so yeah, they're able to dash back and forth, picking up debris from the area where the Leviathan had emerged and broken apart the Nimue, adding to the supply of repair materials that you have at your disposal. Can you make a perception check for the eagles, please? Go ahead and do it with advantage due to their keen sight.
Would I be able to use the mending cantrip to just put like smaller pieces together to make a bigger piece of like wood?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
I guess. I don't
Slowly
know.
but surely, just like mending small pieces of wood and splinters together to make, larger pieces. Occasionally, if there's like a small, maybe like knot-sized hole in the hull, you could fix that up too real quick.
Oh my god.
Every little bit helps. A little bit.
So, it would be a, 9. Oh wait, that's +4.
Yes, +4.
So it was a 17.
All right. Sounds good. So, you have, 6 giant eagles? Okay. Each of them bringing back lumber debris time after time, round after round. You have enough. The problem, after a while, after the passes, doesn't seem to be materials anymore. but the speed at which the repairs can be made. Again, those working, they taken a beating. A lot of them wounded, a lot of them with fractures, sprains, or worse. But I mean, you're on a clock. You're on a time limit.
Okay, well,
At this point, you has
could I also be just cure woundsing people too? Like while the eagles are doing this, because they're doing
how many
this?
do you want to cast?
Well, I could do like 7.
How many do you want to?
All of them? If there's that
Okay.
many people that need help and can move faster after they've been, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Elevon, you go around healing those that seem most in need up with spells. After another 2. Well, how many more thirds? Do you have any more thirds, Era?
I have 2 fourths, 1 sixth, and 1 eighth.
Okay. We'll say after your next 2 fourths are expended, one of the other members of the academy subs out for you, and Layla subs out for you, the youngest member of the academy, the freshest one, the one that you had done some training with on the ride into Draconia. She comes in, takes your place, casting fly. You're able to end at the end of your concentration, end it maybe 2-3 minutes early, so that there's no overlap, or there's no temporary time when the fly spell is not being applied, basically. Elevon, you heal up the most battered seeming members of the, in turn, with their bodies renewed, their wounds healed. They're able to work quicker, more urgency than already was before. So, less so than before, but when there's about a half-hour time, per Lannissa's estimations, of fly left on the ship, the giant eagles are gone. The concentration, the spell has run its course. There seems to be enough material to patch the ship up to a point where any leaks and anything would be manageable. Not enough to fully restore the ship, but at least enough that it's not going to sink due to the amount of water it takes on. And that's just material. It still seems like it's going to be a race against the clock to get the repairs done. And as it gets closer and closer, just due to the extent of the damages, an hour and a half doesn't seem like it was enough to fully repair the whole of the ship. Anything you could do to buy us more time? How much do we need? Yvelda. Yvelda is taking on seeming like the role of quartermaster, as he had been taken out of service. Full repairs would take days, if not months, to make it ready on the ship. We need well more than that. Hours, at least, before we can even handle taking on. We need something else if we cannot stay aloft. Otherwise, we're not going to make it.
Is water walking castable on the ship? I mean, I don't have the spell, but I don't know if that would apply. Guessing we need 3 people. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I could try.
That would at least buy us what, 8? Oh, another hour, maybe, something.
I mean, from everything that you guys know about how the ship works, a single person cannot do it themselves. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no. Wait, who left?
Who left? Who left? I think it was Aod, because I haven't used it in a while. I don't know. Does anybody have anything? Because otherwise, it seems like just a timer ticking away. I mean, you guys still have water walking, I think, right? Or no, you have water breathing.
Yeah, I think water breathing is what, 8 hours, and then water walking it's an hour.
What
or
was your
something like that?
contingency?
Haste. It's used.
Waste. It's used.
Ah, still have
Yeah.
mine. Doesn't really help anybody.
Contingency was repair ship.
No, maybe it could. She. What was it that you were trying to transform into? Like a whale or something, or some sort of water
An
creature?
octopus.
An
Yeah.
octopus. Oh, like a giant one or a small one?
A giant
I would like to think it's a giant one.
I think it would be a giant octopus, yeah.
Could a giant
water
octopus...
breathing also lasts for 24.
Oh, 24.
Oh, that's
At least-
comforting. So we're just gonna be, you know.
You guys can walk along the bottom of the for a
Stranded.
day. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is the Nimue a creature?
Technically, yes. That's why these spells like fly and stuff work, but due to
Oh.
the size and the nature of the ship, that's why these spells work on the Nimue.
Oh,
So wait,
She is a
Wait.
creature. The ship is made of, like, the wood itself is the Nimue, is the tree that is on the bow of the ship. It is all basically a living ship.
Wait, so could we turn the ship into like a giant whale again? If people polymorphed it.
I do
For
have
an hour,
polymorph.
but you can't repair
Oh.
the ship as the ship is a whale.
Oh my god. I don't know what to do.
The sphere only gives us a minute, so that gives us nothing. I can haste somebody to work faster, I guess. I can maybe suggest people to be faster, but I absolutely have nothing.
I suggest
tell
you
you.
work harder.
That's literally all I have.
I mean, how long
Okay,
does
hold
Wall
on,
of
let's-
Force
let's-
last?
10 minutes, up to 10 minutes.
Yep.
Which, I mean, you could do that by yourself. You don't need like 3 people to.
Well, do other people have it? Because then we can extend that. We all take turns instead of, you know.
I have one.
I have 20 minutes.
Oh,
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Can I get a 40? Anybody else? Wall of Force.
I'm not using my 7th level spell.
You will if it's
Yeah,
labor death.
that's what I'm gonna do everything I can, and then I'm teleporting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fair. Oh my god.
The focus of the repairs are on the massive, like the biggest damaged point, which is at the rear of the ship. Working from
Many of
the
us-
bottom up, trying to patch this hole. Anything that's like deemed smaller or deemed somehow manageable, like with either bailing buckets or whatever, are completely ignored. All focus is on the critical damage at this point in time.
Okay, I have an idea. I will
Let's hear
definitely
it.
help.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to conjure beavers.
Conjure beavers.
Yes, beavers. They know how to block the water. They'll help.
Beavers can build ships. Yeah.
That's just crazy
Alright.
enough to work.
It's just
It's just crazy enough to work.
they could maybe. I don't know. Never mind. Whatever.
It's
I'm
okay.
doing it anyway. I don't care.
Beavers, go! Alright, how many beavers are you conjuring?
I don't know what CR beavers are. Are there giant beavers? I don't know. I'm using a 5th level spell slot though.
Lots of beavers! And then suddenly, beavers.
It's a little like the raccoons, but maybe more helpful.
Beavers scurry about.
Okay, so just do your thing. We have to block this.
Okay. Can you just roll a d20 for me real quick, Elevon?
That is a 10.
10. Okay. Okay. So managing to... the beavers managed to scavenge, salvage, find those smaller bits of wood that may have been overlooked for the larger pieces and assist filling in gaps in the repairs. So the patchwork piecemeal repairing of the ship has these large pieces of timber driftwood that the gaps are filled in by almost stick twig-like splinters of that wood. You watch as all of the roots, vines of the Falfnimloth are stretched back as far as they can to almost like hold these repairs in place. Nimue herself unable to manifest into her humanoid, all of the energy, all of the ability to control these roots are used to make them assist in patching up that critical damage at the back. 15 minutes until fly is over. Is there anything else to maybe...
Oh, so how big or small is this whole thing now?
So it's about, I would say, maybe a 15-20 foot diameter hole.
$15, 20 foot.
Yeah, about closer to 15. A couple of the Imperial soldiers passed out, fallen on the wayside due to exhaustion. More continue to push themselves forward. A daisy chain of moving repair materials to the back of the ship where they are tossed into place almost haphazardly just to get something over the hole.
I mean, is my extra 30 minutes to fly able to help at all? To extend the time? I don't know if you took that
The
into
thing
account.
is, it's yours.
Or am I the only one left?
The thing, so by the end of this time, Layla, Tahir, and Vandar will be tapped. The only ones that could potentially save more time would be you, Era, and Lanissa. If that's how you want to use your spell slots.
Oh.
I think that Era be. I don't know how many more fly spell slots you have, Absolute, but I think Era, you have what, 2?
I have 2 left, so 20.
20 more minutes.
Okay.
And you said you had 30, so you could keep a 7th if you wanted?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Alright, so instead of 15, now you have 35 more minutes. Durand, could you make another athletics check, please? Make an athletics check, so if you're proficient, use your athletics, but do so with your constitution instead of strength. If you can. So constitution check with proficiency. I think you're proficient in athletics, right? Because this is more of a stamina thing, as others are beginning to slow down, the limits of their bodies reached. Let's see if Dadan can pick up the slack. Push beyond.
What type?
It's athletics, but instead of strength, use constitution. So it will just be constitution plus proficiency if you're proficient in athletics. Ooh. All right. I love one. Can you make a spellcasting ability check? So that would be wisdom with proficiency for you. As you and Durand are below decks, Durand is pushing past. You can see his chest heaving, his beyond sweating, but refusing to give in, refusing to stop, refusing to slow down. The signs of like overwork and exhaustion and overexertion evident, but he mentally pushes through, and if anything, begins to work harder and faster as time goes on. Hauling materials, lumber, wrenching apart crates and the like to provide more material. Holding wood in place for those that know how to repair, taking the hammer out of the hands of some of the other soldiers whose strikes are just not strong enough to drive nails in, and beginning to hammer in patches himself.
So that was a 15.
15, all right. And all the while around you, Durand, a flurry of tails and fur as the beavers scurry round, patching minor holes, smaller holes, slamming into the hole with their tails, the repeated thuds and pounding, almost like a forced march drum beat that your heartbeat matches and drives you forward as well, to the point where by the time Era, you are tapped out and fighting for each second. The Falfdemnoth lowers, descending into the water once more. The fly spell ends. And the ship crashes down,
Wait, we
splashing
just used,
into the water.
we used all 20 minutes?
You are, yes. Did you want to do
Damn.
something else? Yeah. That's
I
what
did.
happened. What'd you want to
okay,
do?
bueno.
What did you want to do?
The
thought
only
that's what
other
you guys said.
idea I had was maybe using illusory dragon, but using the element ice to kind of create a something. I think it's like a 60-foot cone. Maybe freeze the water to maybe stay afloat on top of that, and it's not thing. I don't know. It was just kind of like as you were talking that it was.
Okay. So to try to freeze the water, you want to make like a.
Yeah, it would
So
be
that
60
would be-
foot.
Yeah, that would be a cone. It would need more than one probably, because that's just a burst of cold damage. It doesn't freeze everything immediately. You're in the middle of the standing water.
Ocean, yeah. It doesn't go. Yeah, it would take turns then.
Yeah.
So so
Hmm.
the ship is currently taking on water.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
But that was to be expected at the moment. It is a lot. It's coming from a lot of different places, not just the rear of the ship. The captain gives the order to move anything, any cargo, anything at all to the front of the ship to maybe allow the stern to not sit as low in the water where the critical damage is. Although you are taking on water, it's not to the point that it is unmanageable. Managing it is going to take almost constant effort, but it's not overwhelming.
Can I help with Ray of Frost on the water that maybe is coming through the? I don't know if that would help. If I could just constantly just try to cast it over and over again
All right.
to slow the water.
Absolutely. Can everybody make a Constitution saving throw as the fight to keep the Nimue afloat now is less of a race against time and more a battle of endurance?
Nice.
Oh no.
I got a 22.
Oh, that's an actual nice. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah. A con save that goes right for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 25 from me.
Woo!
I'm sorry. What was the saving throw?
Constitution.
Okay.
You're good at them.
So,
Hmm?
I
What's
don't
up?
know. I was trying to figure out what the biggest, like, sea animal that I could become was.
Hmm. Let's see. Well, I'd have to think.
Or would it be easier if I was just an elephant sitting at the front of the ship?
I mean, I think that the Falfnimloth could hold an elephant. That would probably help. As far as biggest sea animal you could become, are you talking with wild shape or with
Mostly
polymorph?
wild shape, probably.
Because that you can be longer with that.
Yeah. I know I can't be an elephant, really, but I could be something else. You know, like a dinosaur?
Uh-huh.
Like the
You are familiar with
one with the
dinosaurs.
spiky tail.
An ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
You can be a plesiosaurus.
Would that help? Like, basically, what I was thinking is like
It's
maybe I could
it's only
be in the
large
water
though.
and try to
Hmm?
like, I could be in the water and try to like push the ship up. Like hold the tail end out somehow.
Okay. Yeah. Through your time in the Feywild, you're familiar with most dinosaurs. Because yes, the Feywild is definitely where dinosaurs exist in my world universe. So a plesiosaurus. It's a CR2. It's large.
Is that big
It's
enough? Is it bigger than a killer whale?
let me. I think a killer whale might be. No, a
if I
killer
could
whale is
just be a
huge.
blue
Why is this thing
whale-
only large? A blue
I-
whale would probably be a polymorph, not a shape.
I know, but I could just swim along with the ship on my back.
I don't think that the blue whale is as big as the ship.
It's
That's
bigger.
crazy.
No.
But
Blue
why
whales
is
are
the
like what?
plesiosaurus large?
I don't know why a plesiosaurus is only large. Like, hold
A
on.
baby one.
Let me check the book. The internet might be lying to me.
No, I saw the same thing. Well,
Yeah,
oh yeah, maybe the internet is lying to me too. Never mind.
I doubt it, but it could be. What is it? Well, those are Mordenkainens. I think Mordenkainens is where dinosaurs.
Yeah, and how's a killer whale a huge beast? What?
Yeah, right? Jeez, a plesiosaurus, just as big as a, I don't know, dire wolf.
Well, yeah, I know. At worst, it should be at least a huge beast.
I
At
think it
worst.
would be, yeah.
Yeah.
But, maybe D&D plesiosaurus. I'm not a dinosaur expert. Demons, devils, dinosaurs. Gone too far.
The 3Ds of Dungeons
The
and
three
Dragons.
Ds
I
of
mean,
D&D and
wait.
D. What? Dungeon. We forgot dragons. Oh shit. And dungeons. Ha. Well, I'm not able to find my dinosaurs in the book. Anyways. So it would be a matter of one, like, something that you want to be able to wild shape into, because most time that you're gonna get out of it. And two, I guess it would be something that, like, if you wanted to actually be lifting, holding it up, that would be something like you'd want the strength to do that. So maybe size isn't. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about any giant aquatic dinosaurs. So,
Well, then maybe the
what do you
play
want to
is just being really heavy on the bow.
okay. So Elevorn at the bow. What heavy thing are you going to try to turn into? Let's see. At your level, I think that you can go up to a CR5. Let's see, what's the biggest CR5 beast in the D&D trivia? Why don't you know these things?
I'm trying to even look through Dice Cloud because you can technically load every world shape in
Elevorn, do you want to be a Brontosaurus or?
crazy.
No, that's too big, isn't it?
That's too big. Probably too big. Yeah. Let's see. A giant shark is huge. A giant crocodile is huge. A triceratops is huge. Maybe triceratops.
Okay, we'll try that. If it's too
Okay.
much, I'll change back.
All right. So,
I don't think I have a token for that.
yeah, I don't think so. But Elevorn, can you and somebody else who might wish to lend aid make an intelligence check, please?
I did it. I got a 5.
I guess if Era is not available, I'll make an intelligence check.
Okay.
I got an 8. Clearly, I'm
Oh
tired.
no. All right, so Elevon, you turn into a Triceratops, and right at the front of the ship, and immediately you feel the effect of this added weight to the front of the ship, and the ship begins to tilt. The bow, the stern raising up out of the water, and oh no, you've overcorrected, and the Triceratops bounds towards the back of the ship, trying to find a balance or equilibrium, and shifts the weight to the other side. Astalos, you see Elevorn as a dinosaur rushing back and forth along the ship, trying to find the place to find equilibrium, and you, in a panic, kind of try to guide her and help, but it doesn't seem like it. So instead, you're just kind of rocking the boat back and forth, as you're not able to quite find that equilibrium.
Okay, so if I go this way, but maybe that way. I don't. How do I
Yeah.
stop it?
Oh no, just maybe just stop.
Just stop.
Stop. Even Elborn's thinking in her head. She's just in
No, no.
panic.
Stop. Okay.
Stop the wall shape. Please.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna go towards the front.
No,
Okay.
no.
Slow it down.
Turn back. Turn back.
Turn back towards the back. Okay.
Okay. So she'll drop the wild shape for a little bit of this nonsense. Like
The idea
like on a
was-
seesaw.
there was probably a place where it would work. There's probably a position where it would work, but you guys weren't able to find it. Unfortunately, too much panic.
Oh.
Also, you report exhaustion. Sorry, I didn't realize that earlier.
What the? Oh.
Guinevere comes, flies down, lands on the front of the ship, causing it to tilt forward.
No. Hey, wait a minute. Couldn't Guinevere just help?
Guinevere could, yeah.
Could he
What?
help lift the boat up from
Okay, yeah, she
beneath
could.
it? Maybe.
So, like, clenching on with her talons to the back of the ship and using her strength the strength of her wings to fly up to try to keep the rear of the boat out of the... Sure, let's see how she does.
Oh no.
Wait.
She-
Could I guide her?
What? Okay, sure.
Because I believe in
not?
her, definitely.
I believe in her. Okay, that helps. That definitely changes things. Change the roll on the d20 from a 5 to a 14. So that helps.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, wait. Is it just a D4?
It is.
Oh, no. Not advantage, just a D4. Oh, well. Significantly less impact.
I know.
Hey, that's not bad. Good thing dragons are pretty strong. But even comparatively, that's a 13 total for Guinevere. She's able to assist for some time, but as again, this is not a matter of strength but endurance, and eventually she's just not able to keep it as out of the water. As you are back below decks, firing cantrips to stem the flow of water in the ship as other members of the crew with buckets creating a daisy chain up to the top and tossing seawater back over into the ocean. Occasionally, another one will fall hours in, their unconscious, exhausted bodies dragged to the front of the ship, away from, well, where you guys don't want to be putting weight. But this carries overnight, where everybody suffers a point of exhaustion. So that would put you at 2, Era. However, as dawn breaks, the flooding into the ship is stemmed to the point where it's not a everybody 24/7 constantly has to be. It still needs to be tended to, but the temporary patchwork repairs are done, and while occasionally some do break, give way, splinter, they're patched back up, and it seems like with the couple days that you'll need to get back to Drillheim, Nimue will hold with the constant assistance of you all and the crew. The constant watch off the stern of the ship, looking backwards for any signs of the Leviathan. But as the day turns to afternoon, there is none. And for the first time since encountering the Leviathan, people take a break. Some of them passing out where they stand, falling asleep, salvaging any amount of food or fresh water they can find. And you guys can take a rest if you want, either short or long. This would be your first opportunity to take a short rest. So you pulled an all-nighter, working pretty strenuously, just to keep you guys alive and the ship afloat.
I would try to take a long rest if possible. Rest as long as I can. Hopefully making it to the long rest.
The brass dragon, after flying round the ship, heading back, maybe searching for Leviathan, comes back, lands on the ship, making it teeter and rock for a moment, resuming her humanoid form. Winona. She looks exhausted, dark circles beneath her eyes, but in each hand she holds 2, 3 writhing live fish. Is anyone hungry? And she collapses back and sitting on the deck of the ship, just exhausted. The fish around her flipping, flailing about. So you guys can take your short rest if you want. Or a long rest if you guys want to sleep. Depends.
You're on shore or whatever.
I mean, can we do like a lease to own? Like, short rest now.
Just short rest now.
And we get 7
You
more
can short
hours,
rest it.
long rest.
Yes, you can do that. Yes.
Do you think I'm gonna want to do something after short rest? No, that's gonna become automatically.
So maybe we take turns, like you two can rest now and we'll rest after you've rested.
Like sleep, rest.
Like a full long
Yes.
rest?
Like we did on the way here. We had shifts, remember? Oh, I mean, you weren't on the boat then, but Aaron remembers.
Oh,
On the way in, they had like morning, afternoon, and night shift basically for rotations and watches and such.
So, like, you would rest now, and then when you woke up, we could rest, because you'll be on watch, and ready to act if needed.
sure. I think.
You two get some rest now. Lanissa pointing at Era and Astalos. We need our energies back. As many people as possible, as soon as possible. You're no help to anyone if you can't cast spells. I've already sent the others to bed. Now go.
And I mean, Durand, if you want to rest, you could too. I'd be okay for a while longer, I think, maybe. Or I will stand watch, so you could rest too.
Okay.
No, I think just a short one will be fine.
Elbert's going to go and be like, go to sleep.
Well, I'm going to take a risk and cast contingency with the same
Alright.
conditions as the last time.
Which is
For the 5th level Shadow Blade
you have
cast.
the 5th level Shadow Blade to cast right now,
Oh,
as well as the spell slot for contingency.
technically yes. 7th
What do you mean
and
tech?
5th.
Okay.
7th.
Yeah, I thought you'd used your.
I used my 3rd and 4th.
Gotcha.
Because she only had 20 minutes, so.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so with the contingency set up, they believe you completely tapped at this point.
Yeah. And at that point.
And at that point, I take a nap. Alright, so you guys can all at least get the benefits of short rest, rolling any hit dice for hit points, getting any short rest resources back. His contingency just lasts 10 days. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and since we're short resting, then I can technically recharge some spell slots if it
Yes.
counts. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But okay, we at least get the benefit of it. Okay.
As Eric does as well. Yep.
Okay. Something.
In my short rest, I would like to summon Guildy.
Alright. Sounds good. Why does Guildy have states? Does he fly? There's
I mean,
Guildy.
he can.
He's a good boy. Well, he has states, I guess, so. Yeah. I need to rename his other state Guildy. He's not a gold dragon war young. He's a Guildy. All right. So your gold scaled dragonel is here. And Astalos era. Short rest is just it does not remove exhaustion. Rest, you get spell slots back from your arcane recovery, as well as hit points if you want to roll dice. But so over the extent of the short rest, Daran, you also get back. Is my understanding that Durand and Elevorn are not sleeping? What is your plans for sleeping? Or are you just not going to? Period.
I mean, maybe after.
Okay. After what?
After. Um.
After us? Or somebody else relieves you?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Winevere walks up to you, offers you some fish. It's not cooked right now. They're actually still kind of alive.
Um. I will. Thank you.
He turns, offers one to Elevorn.
Oh, I could cook it for you.
She shrugs, takes the one that she had in her mouth out of her mouth, and hands.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go see if there's anything below deck to cook with. I mean, I do have my chef kit, but I'm not going to start a fire on the boat. That's not good.
So Miggles has salvaged not the stove. The kitchen is in total disrepair, either from the run-in with the Leviathan or from stuff needing to be taken apart to patch holes. But enough of the stove is managed to be fixed so that it's not necessarily a stove, more like a kind of like just a hot plate, sort of. Something not wooden to apply heat to, essentially, to put a fire on. Has to be very carefully tended to, as any errant wave or rocking of the ship might lead to potential disaster.
I make food and water.
What?
I actually have that prepared for some reason.
Well, it's good because while you can make food, the fresh water on the ship is in extremely low supply. After this first day, it's going to be out. So you're able to, let's see,
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
30 gallons of water. So each spell, I would say that you would need, you said 45 pounds of food?
Yeah.
All right. I'd say that to be safe, to avoid any sort of nutritional based exhaustion or dehydration, especially, you need 2 castings of that a day.
Okay.
To basically have everybody get like a gallon of water and a pound of food, basically. Especially due to the amount of exertion that they are going under, constantly bailing water out of the ship's hold.
I'll say I could have done one yesterday and one today. Because I don't have any more.
You haven't rested yet, so I don't know what yesterday and today is.
Yeah.
Because there was
What I
no
mean.
resting between the Leviathan's attack.
I know.
Oh, okay. So you had 2, so you did one
Yeah, I have to.
prior. Gotcha. Okay. So everyone gets food in their bellies, fresh water to drink, gathering around, and very thankful those that can continue to work, can do. Those that can't, some of them push through, and there are still some that seem to be just clinging. There.
If I could have used my chef feat, then anybody who's rolling to restore hit points could roll an extra d8. If you eat the food.
Yes.
It's 9 creatures.
If you took.
So.
All right. Sounds good. We'll roll for some people that need it. And you guys, so during your short rest, Elevon can make up some food for you guys, and you get to roll an additional d8 on dice and add that.
Oh, us too?
So Chef Feat is kind of like a tier 2 Song of Rest. Except I don't think you even need to use a hit dice, it just happens.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
no, it says you have to expend a hit dice.
So yeah, it's exactly a tier 2 without being a bard.
So we roll it or she rolls it? I don't know.
Just
how it
for
works.
ease, just roll it and that applies to everybody, I think. It's her cooking, so yeah, let's have her.
Nice.
Nice.
Replaces the last hit die that I would have used.
Alright. By the time Elevorn, Durand, you make another Constitution saving throw for me as the hours continue to work. Watch for Leviathan, help in the constant repairs and the bailing of water out of the ships below decks. Helping to get everyone fed, nurtured, taken care of, tending to wounds as best you can, patching up, and the ship itself, though you've not heard from Nimue in some time, as all that she has left to hold herself together. The ship continues forward. Alright. Duran, do you suffer a second point of exhaustion?
That was my hit point roll. I can
okay.
hit you on my con save.
Oh, okay. So you're fine. By the time Astalos and Era wake from their rest, the sun is setting. Durand, you have 2 points of exhaustion. Elevorn, you managed to avoid a second point of exhaustion. The day has passed with no signs of the Leviathan. About a day, maybe a little more due to the speed of the Nimue at the current pace, and you should be back in Drillheim. Things have stabilized. They're in no way good. Probably not sustainable for a long period of time, but at least to get back to port, at least to get back to shore. And, well, Era, you know, and the others would as well, because she said it. It seemed like your mission was a success. At the very least, communication has been reestablished. You've not tested transportation.
Really quickly, so we completed a long rest?
You and Era did, yes.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you no longer have your point of exhaustion. Era, you're down to.
Nice. Okay.
How the hell do I lower it?
And I think it just does it by itself once you long rest. It lowers it
No,
by
I
one.
have another one, but
Oh, okay.
it's okay. I'll just add it in again.
I guess I'll take an hour to cast a familiar again. It'll still be an owl this time, but it'll look like a raven so that everyone isn't disgusted by it.
I got it.
And so it fits with my last name.
Understood. Astalos Owl God.
Oh, you have a bird too. I've seen birds like this before.
Quack quack.
Yes. I just have a mallard.
It's my mallard. Mallard ballards. Anyways, so after you all come back up sore, it wasn't a restful sleep, but it was enough. It was necessary. It was needed. No proper sleeping quarters, just kind of in the least wet place you could find, really. You come up to Tahir, speaking with Linissa. We're fine. We're rested. You need to rest too. We can handle it. Take your own words. You're no use to us if you don't have full access to what you can do. You must be near tapped, if not already. Nissa grits her teeth and... Yeah, right. But if anything happens, you'll be the person to know. Don't worry about that. And Linissa heads to the fireplace to sleep.
So, Olivorn is going to find Durand, seeing that Astalos and Era are awake, and she's just going to grab him by the hand and start to walk away,
Okay.
interrupting
Sure.
whatever he's doing.
I don't think I have the strength to stop her.
So,
Guilty. Help.
Guilty, no.
Guilty,
Guilty,
no.
please.
Guilty, help and save me.
Guilty. This long-haired woman is taking me somewhere.
so Olivorn is like, I'm so tired. You have to be tired too. We're going to go to sleep now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guilty.
Okay. Guilty.
He wants
No.
to sleep. That sounds so good. That sounds wonderful.
Alright.
I haven't slept in like 5
sleepy.
days.
I know. So
5
go
days.
to
What?
bed. I mean, there isn't a bed, but I mean, here's my blanket, and I like spread it out.
Okay.
My God.
So at the front of the ship, in the shadow of the large tree, nestled up against Gildy. You guys pass the fuck out.
Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me.
Zuzza, 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 zuzza. There we go. Let's leave him like that. He's fine. That's how he's sleeping. That's how Devon sleeps every night.
Oh man, I missed it. My headset turned off. No. No.
All right. So, the journey back to Drillheim continues. Is there anything else that you guys want to do while out on the open ocean?
Well, after I rested, would plant growth have helped at all? With our, speed or the boat?
Could, maybe.
Because I would
I
definitely be preparing that and control winds and maybe even a little control
gotcha.
weather thrown in there.
Yeah,
You know,
with
all the stuff I
the
should have had.
with the plant growth, yeah, you're able to bolster the roots, vines, and brambles that stretch out from the base of the Felfnumnoth's tree. You basically to the point where it can further reach, stretch around the entire whole of the ship and seal up with tight overlapping roots the damage at the rear of the ship. It still seems like a temporary fix. Water still leaks in, but not to the point where it needs to be constantly bailed out. And with that, the ship is able to regain some buoyancy as well as speed and picks up the pace to where Yvelda estimates you should be arriving back in Drillheim.
I'm just like, Nimue, you're amazing. You saved us all.
With the assistance of plant growth now, she's able to reassume, to spare some of her leafy wooden appendages to form in her humanoid form again, gliding across the deck of the ship. No, if not for you and everyone else. Well, I mean, I would be. And she casts her gaze askance over the edge of the ship down towards the bottom of the ocean.
Oh no, don't say that. And Elborn's going to rush over and give her a hug and squeeze her tight. And be like, I'm so glad that you're okay. I was afraid, but you're amazing.
You feel the gentle, tender embrace of the wood as it wraps around, just smothered and engulfed in tree. Thank you, Elevon.
Thank you, Nimue. Really, thank you.
She gives a tired smile. You could tell that just like you, just like the others, this experience has taken quite a bit out of the ship. And with a thankful smile and nod, the roots and vines untangle themselves and retreat back over the edge of the ship. So, over the horizon, you begin to see land as late morning gives way to afternoon. And it seems like there's not much to do left but ride the ship back in. Still, tentative, nervous, watches back deeper, further into the ocean for any signs of the colossal elemental sea serpent Leviathan. But still nothing. The waters are calm. The wind is even favorable, especially with Elevorn assisting it and controlling it definitely favorable.
Would I be able to send a message out to Lord Feng?
Sure. What are you saying?
Um, just trying to see if there's been any update on, you know, what we found, and also just to make sure that there hasn't been any reports of the Leviathan showing up on the shores of Medchroma or anywhere near it. I don't
Draconia.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Draconia. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. At first, he seems. Well, he seems definitely perplexed, taken aback by the mention of the Leviathan. And he's. No, not that I'm aware of. Should there have been? Uh, sorry, what was your first inquiry?
Oh. Also, just if anything has been discovered with what we discussed, because we gave him the paper with the status of all the
Mm,
metallic, yeah, dragons.
yes. Well, I did not wish to. Well, I shouldn't divulge too much, but I did not wish to divert too many of my agents to that area as to not raise suspicion, but I do have some in the area looking out for anything suspicious. Well, the evidence you had given was certainly nothing to. Certainly nothing to take lightly. This game is one that needs to be played carefully. So I have agents in the areas that seem to be of interest, looking out for anyone up to potentially nefarious deeds. That's what he says, in probably significantly less words.
Okay. So I think that's enough because I can't really reply. It's just
You can cast another spell if you want.
nah, good enough.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. So, the Falfenum Loth more or less limps back into port, where immediately she is moored in preparations to get her out of the water and properly seen to, properly repaired, are being made. Instantly swarmed with those that had stayed behind the Draconians in Drillheim. Haggard state of the ship and its crew. They rush aboard to assist in any way they can, make preparations, and get those that are in need of further medical assistance the treatment and attention they need. Guinevere walks up off of the ship alongside you all, turns back. Well, I should probably be getting back to Gym Talon.
Wait.
See if
I
we've
need to
changed
see
anything.
Maybe you could see where we're from. I mean, if you can spare a little bit of time.
Oh. Where exactly is that?
Oh,
Again?
Just across the ocean.
It's quite a long ways.
Well, I'm not sure if it'll work, but I could try. Well, I want to try.
Right now?
Mm-hmm. Well, not here.
Okay.
We have to go up the hill.
It wouldn't take too long. And Winona, Guinevere's human form, follows you. Anybody else going with Elevorn?
Sure.
I mean, going
Alright.
back
Yeah,
to
I'll
where they're
go.
from, yeah, of course. I would want to see it.
All right. Your muscles sore, aching, as you trudge up the hill, up to that cliffside overlook that looks down over the beach, the coastline, Drillheim, towards the tree, large and thick enough to be used multiple times at this point by Elevorn to go between here, the outskirts of Metchroma. Now a very different destination in mind. Elevorn, what are you doing as the muscles in your thighs and calves on fire, but pushed forward by this growing anxious excitement, this hesitant, nervous hope and anticipation?
I am definitely running up that hill.
All right. Guinevere begins to run after her. You guys?
Okay, I'll grit and bear it.
I'm gonna fly to the top.
All right.
I'll just run.
All right, rushing behind Durand, Astalos, Era casting fly on herself, Era and Gildy in tandem, sort of flying above the tree line as you rush into the small clearing where this large tree, out of breath, sweat pouring down your brow, Elevorn, you approach the tree. Era, you touch down gently and, you know, having successfully avoided physical exertion.
Okay, is everybody here? I mean, I should wait. I'll be patient. And so Elevorn is like pacing in a circle.
Facing a circle, walking around the tree, thinking, imagining pictures, images of Ambervale, home, everybody else racing through your mind. Seconds feel like minutes as everyone approaches. So is this where you're from?
Huh, not quite.
I was about to say, it's not really across the ocean.
You're right. So Elevorn is going to place her hand on the tree trunk, and she's going to think of Ambervale as she begins to cast transport via plants.
She casts transport via plants. You watch as the space between the bark seems to glow a dull yellow, orange, and as you do, you almost feel some resistance, like you had before. But there's almost like a pinprick of light, a hole, a rip in this net that your magic is able to wedge itself into and force wider, and suddenly a portal opens and to the tranquil, peaceful little town of Ambervale through portal in this tree. The swaying of the vastly different trees, the buildings that you helped make. Somewhere in the background, the sound of clucking chickens. You step through.
Yeah, I was gonna say she doesn't even think about it. She just runs through, and she's like, "Dad, where are you?"
Rushing forward, you all one by one step through. One of your steps through, eyes wide, and wow, this is different.
This is
And
your
as last of
city.
you step through, the portal in the tree closes behind you. The scent of ocean air replaced by the very earthy wooden smell of Ambervale. Elevorn rushing off into the distance, yelling for Artat, Rizy, anybody. People from Ambervale. Some that you recognize, some that you don't. Just people, citizens, peasants living here. Look over at Whitehead as they double take, recognizing you, but not believing their eyes. And as you guys breathe deep the fresh air of the Elysian Empire, we'll pick up next time in Ambervale. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see what exactly the implications of this happening are and how they'll change the whole everything in Draconia. But you did it. All you had to do was face a little bit of water. Good job. Just had to get a little
bit of
wet.
water.
A little bit of water,
huh?
Just use all their 8th level spells to hope and pray we live.
Easy peasy.
Easy.
Yeah.
I
Let me
mean,
see.
Era was casting the sending spell in the middle of all that.
Hey. Yeah.
I thought she just responded to the sending spell, right?
No, because
she cast
I
the
would have
sending
had to. Yeah, no, I
Oh
can't.
yeah. Oh, that's true.
Honestly, too easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
With
Oh.
with her dying breath, communication's been restored.
Yeah, you're the only one that went down.
I know.
All right. Till next time.